So, hello everyone. This is Gautam Kumar, and you are watching me on YouTube. And today I'm going to talk about the web development. So, I have launched a course on web development, and I am going to talk about web development in a very detailed manner and very easy manner. So, this is our first lecture. So, be patient. And this lecture, I'm going to talk about what is web development and as well as what are the three ways through which we can create our websites. So let's get started. So first is, what is web development? So web development refers to the creation of a websites for the internet or the intranet. We all know that internet is World Wide Web, means whatever the things you want to deliver, it will be delivered to everyone in the world. And intranet means it is your private network. Whatever you create, it is visible to you only. It is not visible to everyone in the world. This is called intranet, and internet is World Wide Web. Whatever sites you create, whatever websites you create will be visible to all the peoples in the world. This is called with the help of internet. So whatever the websites created on the internet will be visible to everyone in the world, and whatever the websites created on the internet will be visible to only the people who have created these websites. Okay, so this is web development, mainly the creation of websites. If you go ahead, there are two types of websites. First is the static website, and second one is the dynamic website. So it is very simple. Static means stop, and dynamic means moving. We have learned these topics in physics in our junior classes or in our school. Static means the thing which has stopped, static, do not move, and dynamic, that have tendency to move, mobile. Like that, static websites are the websites in which data are not in the control of user. It means that whatever you write, you don't have any option to write on these websites. Like if you get any visiting card from any person, whatever the thing written on that visiting card, you can see that, but you cannot make any kind of changes. What the date is written on it and whatever the program written it, you just only see it, and you just remember that, and you don't have any option to change them. So this is such like this. You have also static websites in which you can only see whatever the information is given on the website, but you cannot change that. This is the same as the visiting card. So what are the examples of this type of website? So whenever you go to the landing pages of different websites, like company, if you got the landing pages of different companies, you see that there are several information are depicted there, like the name of the company is what about, and also about the customers of that company, and about the managers, their workers, in a very detailed manner. So you cannot change the name of that these persons which are mentioned in the landing page of that company. So the second example, I can say that resume websites. Do you know the resume? The person's generally informations about their education, about their experience, like that, and their name and their personal data. So you cannot change these all data visiting to these websites. So these websites are called static websites. And when we talk about the dynamic websites are the websites in which data are in the control of users as well as client. Whenever you want to change or add any pages in the static website, you have to approach new coding. You have to write new coding to build a new page, but it is not in the case of dynamic website. In the case of dynamic websites, it is that whenever you visit these websites, whatever the informations you see, you can change, like whenever you visit any registration form of any website, you just write whatever you want to write, and whatever the owner of that website want from you to write, you just write that, and after that you just submit that, and after some time you just come to that page again, and if you want to visit that page, you just log in it. So in this way, you can change the data of that page. And you know, the best example of dynamic websites is the google.com and the youtube.com. You know, whatever the data depicted on the website when you visit the first time is not the same you visit the second time. You visit the website of the google.com second time, and you just saw that there are different data available on that, not the same kind of data. Like you know, when you visit youtube.com, you just search a video or whatever it is. If you go to the home page and you scroll down, you found a new type of videos available there. When you again scroll down, you found new videos. So this type of websites are called dynamic websites. So I think you just understand the both topic. Let's go ahead. So this is the most important topic that I want to discuss here. Creating websites. So how do you create websites? People just think that, yeah, if we have to create websites, we have to just use our codings or whatever. Sometimes people also thought that means the people who are involved in such kind of activity or just know something about the coding and other things, they just know also that you can use the WordPress to create your websites. But most of the people do not know about the WordPress. So I'm going to talk about the WordPress in very detailed manner, that how could you create your website with the help of WordPress. And the second thing is using website builder. So website builders are also very important thing. And I just do a very simple manner. I just discuss about these all three topics to build your websites. So let's start with coding at first. You can create your website with the help of coding. Like, but you know, two type of programming you have to learn for the development of your websites with the help of codings. First one is the front-end development, and the second one is the back-end development. So what is front-end development? Front-end development means whatever you see when you visit any websites, whatever you see, it's a structure, it's a style, it's a design, it's functioning, all things were made with the help of front-end development and with the help of front-end development programming, which are HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So it is also called client-side development. So whatever the data depicted or appear on the client to the client, this is called front-end data. And for development that data, we use front-end development tools. And the main front-end development tools or programming that we have to learn for making our site or front end of our site are HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So when we talk about the HTML, it is used for creating the structure of websites. Whatever the structure, like if I talk about human body has a skeleton which provides the structure of the human body. Like that, HTML is the skeleton of the website. Second is the CSS. CSS is just like the muscles and the hair and as well as skin of our body, which provides a style, a look of our body. Like that, CSS also provides the style and the look of the website. When we talk about the JavaScript, JavaScript is very simple. JavaScript do the actual work. Whatever the functions you perform on visiting any websites, the functions are done by the JavaScript. Like our brain do very different kind of function. So, but our brain has a space or memory, but JavaScript do not have any memory. And we have to store these all things, whatever we have developed with the help of front-end development programmings in a place, at a place, and that place will be something great. Why I am saying that this place will be great? This place must be great because you have to appear these all things to the whole world, not you only. So for storing this all data, we need a database. So when we talk about the backend development, we have to discuss two topics. First is the database and second is the server-side language. So when we talk about the database is the thing in which you store all your data. whatever you created with the help of front end development programmings and tools, you have to store those all things in at a place, and that is the database. So whenever you visit any site and get yourself registered there, your data gets stored in the database. And whenever you try to log in again, it will be easy for you to log in. In the case of as it is done by the database, that it stores the information during registration. And when you log in, it will provide you data from backend side. So backend means the thing which is going on in the background. You don't know about the background. You just look the front end data. You don't have the access to backend data. So whatever during registration, when you just come again for login, just found that you just write the username and password, and you just got open to your LMS page. So how it is possible? Because the data is stored in the database, and this database send the information again. Yeah, you are the real customer. So it suggests you to go to that LMS page. So when we talk about the server-side language, server-side languages are very important because the database you have created for storing your data, front-end data, as well as other type of information that people use to write visiting your website, is stored in a server. This database is stored in a server, and to use a server, we need a server-side language, because the server only understands the language of the server side. It is pretty easy. So the commonly used server-side languages are C++, Java, PHP, Python, VBScript, etc., etc. There are several types of server-side languages, and you can use any one of these languages to store your database in a server, because this is the only language that your server understands. Server-side languages are also used for linking front-end and database. It is also used for linking your front-end programs as well as database together. Okay, and these all things get stored in a server. Okay, so let's talk about in a simple manner what is this server. So what is this server, and why does a database stored in a server? So the server is a very powerful computer. It is kept in a data center. It runs 24/7 with a very high data speed. And the database is kept in such a computer so that site runs fast, as well as it will be shown to everyone in the world at any point of time. Whatever the time is, you just click on your web browser and you just found that you get open that website. It is possible because of the server, which is running 24/7 with a very high data speed. If you think that, why don't you store these all servers, or what is your server for your website, in your own computer? So if you keep this database on your computer, then it is likely possible that your site runs very, very slow, as well as you need to run your computer 24/7. Even if you do that, your site gets crashed most of the time. Most of the time, your site will not open because the data speed required for this server is not given by you from your computer, from your home. So there is a place where all the servers are kept, and from that place, or I can see that you can take a server to rent. You can rent a server for this purpose. They will charge you some amount of money, but they will provide you a data center, a place where your server gets stored. Okay, so you have to rent a server for storing your database by paying some amount of fee, monthly or yearly basis. So in this way, your website will be created with the help of coding. So for creating your website in this way, you need to learn front-end development programming as well as back-end development programming. And if you learn both these programming, front-end as well as back-end, it will be very easy for you to make a website. And let's talk about the second topic, that is using the web builder, website builders. How will you create your website? So website builders are proprietary software that allows you to build websites. There is no requirement of learning programming languages for coding. There is no any requirement of coding. You just have to visit the websites available for these website builders, and they will build a website for you. They have a complete set of coding of front-end development as well as back-end development. They provide you everything, every programming, every codings. So you don't have to learn any kind of coding. Which they link with the database for you, as well as they also keep the database in a server. They also linked your database with your front-end development, and also they kept this database in a server. You don't have to do anything. You even don't have to rent a server by visiting the server sites, web hosting sites. Okay, I will talk about in a very detailed manner about the web hosting. So first, understand it. They provide you only a drag and drop visual interface. Just you have to drag and drop, and you will make whatever the changes you want to in your website. They also provide you website hosting and sometime domain name. Yeah. They also provide you hosting as well as domain name. It will discuss domain name. I will discuss domain name and hosting in a detailed manner in a later video or in the end. Okay. So it is a very important topic, domain name and hosting. But I want to take these topics in a very detailed manner, and I especially create a lecture for this. So please be patient and just know only the thing that they provide you hosting the place where your server gets stored, and domain name, it is a secret, and I will tell you later. And generally it is a name of your website. Okay, I will talk about this in a very detailed manner, and how you have to take a domain name, how you have to take website hosting services. I will take everything in a very detailed manner. So be patient. But for all this, you have to pay them on a monthly basis or yearly basis. So whatever they build, whatever they provide you, these website builders, you have to pay them a good amount of money. Okay, they charge you a good amount of money, yearly basis or monthly basis, for building your website and for providing these all kind of services like front-end development programming, back-end development programming, as well as they also charge you for your website hostings and domain name, whatever that. But yeah, they provide you free domain name and web hosting, but they will take the money inside your payment of the whole website building. Some top website builders are Wix, Square, Space, Site123, and WordPress.com. Remember this, WordPress.com is a website builder. It's a very important one. Let's talk about the disadvantages of website builders. So what are the disadvantages of these website builders? Limited in terms of flexibility and features. They provide you limited features. They don't provide you a large number of features, because if we go with your codings, whatever coding you know, just you type and you create whatever you want to create on your website. It's totally depend on you. But in the case of website builders, there are some limited services. There are limited things, and there are limited type of pages, and whatever say the post and whatever available on your website, limited things are present there. Charges are very high. Yeah, I already tell you that they will charge a good amount of money for building a website. Less unique websites. Your website must be less unique, as they have thousands of customers and lakhs of customers, and they just create. And if you go with your coding, what do you thought? What do you think? Yeah, when you go with your coding, it is possible that whatever you want to create, you just create that, and it's your own thing. It's your mind. Whatever you want to create, just to create. So it made it unique. But with the website builders, it is not possible like that. Okay. So very few customizations are available. Yeah, it is true. Customizations means changing the header, changing the footer, and themes, colors of different things available, different icons. So these all things are called customizations. How do you customize your website? So different colors available, and for your border, for your text, for your everything. So these all things are called customizations, and they provide you very few customizations, not that much as you can create with the help of coding with yourself if you learn coding and programming. You cannot introduce new websites and functionality later. Yeah, it is true, because once it will be created, it will get created. It is not possible for you to add whatever you want to add. It is because when you create your website with the help of coding, it is just in your hand. Whenever you want to change, just you can change your pages, you can just change your post, you can just change your designs, whatever it is. But you can change your design, but not you can introduce a new thing like new themes, new plugins of the third party, because there are several third party themes and plugins are available, and you just have to use these all plugins in your website, but they do not provide this kind of facility. Okay, so in this way your website will be created with the help of website builders. Okay, so now I have completed the two topic, which is with the help of coding and with the help of website builders. But now I am going to talk about the most important one, that is the with the help of WordPress.org, which is simply called WordPress. I've told you earlier what the difference between what is the WordPress.com and WordPress.org. You can see in the tip. Don't confuse. WordPress.com is a website builder, but WordPress.org or WordPress is a free and open source content management system. So WordPress is a content management system, a place to manage your digital content. It is free as well as an open source. Now, it is very important, and most people who do not prefer coding and found difficult to learn coding use WordPress, because every type of front end and backend program they provide you free of cost. It is also open source. Anyone can download it. There is no any cost of downloading WordPress, because it is a software or content management system where you can create your website very easy manner. It provides you required coding of the front end as well as back end development. I told you earlier. It allows you to add a large number of third-party themes, plugins, as well as other visual editors that help you to create your websites as you want to create. Yeah, whatever you want to add, in a visual editors like themes, plugins, you can add any point of time. There is no any restrictions, because it is totally yours. Like coding, it is totally yours. But only one thing, that the backend program and the front-end program will be provided by WordPress, and other than everything you have to do, connecting with creating your database. No, they will create your database, but you have to put that database in a server with the help of hosting services, as well as you have to do every technical work that required there. So you can introduce new features and functionality whenever required. You can even copy and paste some codings to make changes to your website. You can also add some type of codings. If you thought that you just require some kind of new codings and you just know that coding, or even you saw somewhere or found somewhere on other websites and you just want to take these all codings and want to introduce in your website, then you can do that. It is available. Okay, there is no option like web builders that you have created once your website and you cannot change any kind of changes on that. So proper amount of customizations are available also. Yeah, there are several type of customizations because customizations depend generally on your plugins. Okay, so if you have got a different kind of plugins like Divi builders, it is a very good like what I was saying, it is a very good plugin, and with the help of that you can create or customize your website in a very good way. So it is better for the long term. Yeah, if you are creating your website with the help of WordPress.org, it is very good for your long term. But if you want to create your website for the short term, just go with Divi Builder. Sorry, website builders. Okay. The additional things required for creating websites using WordPress are the required amount of technical abilities, because unlike website builders, there is no any assistance provided to you. Everything you have to do by yourself. Yeah, it is true. Whatever you have to do by yourself. There is no any technical assistance provided to you for adding your database into a server, for adding plugins, for adding themes, for customizations, and even for purchasing hostings, domain name, whatever required, and even putting this all front end and back end development program in your database done by you only. Yeah, you have to put them on the database and put that database on a server, and then only your website get created. You have to purchase web hosting services from any service provider. Yeah, it's true. I will talk about this in a very detailed manner. Web hosting, just be patient. You have to purchase a domain name also. You need to purchase advanced themes and plugins. Otherwise, simple themes and plugins are provided by WordPress itself. Yeah, you you can add any kinds of plugins, advanced plugins, which makes your appearance of your website very unique and very different. You can just go and buy that. But if you don't want to buy any kind of plugins and themes, just go with the themes and plugins provided by the WordPress.org or WordPress simply. So let's go ahead. So this way you can create your website using WordPress, but I am going to teach you this method of creating website in a very detailed way. And also in the next blog, I will start with the domain name and hosting. So please be patient and please continue to my lecture. Thank you. Dhanyavad.